I'm Rose with today's Tuesday teaching tip. Today's tip is part 3 in a series of Introduction to Reader's Workshop lessons that I've been sharing with you over the past few weeks. If you like these lessons and you'd like to learn more about Reader's Workshop and how to integrate these lessons into your existing homeschool curriculum, go to homeschoolfeast.com, go to the Resource and Retreat Center drop-down menu, and there you can find the sign up for Reader's Workshop consultations. All right, so we're going to get started with today's lesson. Today's lesson is kind of a paired lesson of theme and main idea. I put these two together because I used to get these mixed up and my students used to get these mixed up, and so I thought, oh, why not teach them both together, because they're both very similar, but it's interesting to see the differences in them as well. All right, so with Reader's Workshop, you would read these books ahead of time. And just for fun at night before bed or in the morning to kind of wake your brain up and get you going. And then later on, when it comes to the lesson, you bring them back out and you say, remember this morning, or remember last night, or the other day when we read Peanut. Well, now we're going to look at Peanut. We're going to learn about theme and main idea. Now, both theme and main idea are the central idea of a story. They're both one sentence long. They're a statement about the story, about what the story is about. And so that's what you would tell your students. So I have some sentence stems here for you, a sentence starter to help you with theme, and I have a sentence stem or sentence starter to help you with the main idea. So they're both one statement, one sentence about what the book is mostly about. Now with theme, it's pretty generic, and it's Peanut, for example, is a story about friendship. And so if you think about it, there are lots of stories that are about friendship. So it's a very generic, very short idea of what the story is about, what the message is about friendship. Okay, so then main idea with Peanut is very different. So you look at the story, and you put the name of the story, and then you have the main character, and then a verb, learns, listens, becomes. So with Peanut, in the story Peanut, Mildred finds a friend that helps her to keep her from being lonely. And so she finds a stray puppy. Now, stray puppy would be a detail. So we would just say, Mildred finds a friend that helps keep her from being lonely. So that's the main idea. Whereas the message, the theme is about friendship. This is what Mildred learns, that she finds a friend that keeps her from being lonely. So you see the difference, you can hear the difference between those two. One is more specific to this story, and one can be used in a number of different stories. All right, so let's look at Louise the Adventures of a Chicken. With Louise the Adventures of a Chicken is a story about belonging. Okay, so that's a very generic statement that could be used with a number of different books. When we read the story, we found in the story Louise the Adventures of a Chicken is about Mildred, who longs for adventure, but realizes she belongs with her friends on the farm who love her. And so it's a little bit longer, a little bit more detail without having too much detail, but it's very specific to this story. Whereas belonging here, this is a story about belonging, is a very generic statement that could go with a number of books. So that's how I teach my students the difference between the theme of a story and the main idea, the differences and similarities in both of them. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I will have another lesson next Tuesday. So until then, happy reading.